This is the SARE grant project, and we again appreciate the support that brought to us. This is cement block construction, and then we blew green zero insulation onto the cement block, and we used a lot of consultants and resources to determine the R factor and what we needed to do. And again, the 1 ton geothermal is what is keeping this at 50. The 50 degree mark is what will prevent weevil outbreak, and we don't even use diatomaceous or tenacious earth. That we clean our own grains, and that is actually so dangerous if you're cleaning because of the dust and your lungs. It can really be quite dangerous. So this, and certified organic wholesale sales, this is the kind of facility, just like a warehouse that Kroger or anybody else has. This is our warehousing, and we don't use any chemicals. Then the only thing we use is mouse traps. But we had one outbreak early on, but we learned lessons and added some barriers, and and we haven't had a problem since. But we do keep traps set so we can watch for any signs. In here, the dust is minimal. Nothing comes in here till it's cleaned and bagged. Nothing comes out until the order is placed, and so this stays pretty closely controlled. When we're bagging after we clean, we test coming out of the field. We don't have grain dryers. That's another thing that makes it really challenging for us. We couldn't have harvested wheat this year, as many farmers struggled with that, even trying to keep it under 18%. But we have moisture readers, so when we're on the combine, we'll read the moisture going into the combine, and not combine until the conditions, weather conditions and the humidity or the moisture levels of the grain are right. And then once we clean it and we bag it in that 3-ply bag with vapor barrier, then if you get it into cold storage and you keep it at that 50 degrees, then that we have not had, it stays at that constant moisture. We have not had any problem, even with the geothermal cooling. A lot of people felt that might put too much moisture in the air. But that's why you've got to keep it at 50, because the colder temperatures don't allow that condensation. And if this gets up to close to 60, then you can tell. That's why we've got to keep it at that 50 level. So, but we've never had a problem with it, the moisture increasing once we put it in here. This is a non-porous material, and with the 3-ply vapor barrier, that has worked for us. We can expand. We have room to expand into other parts of the barn, and we could just route new ductwork and do similar type of construction. So and if we outgrow this, then that's the beauty of a barn. And Dad had the foresight to cover it in aluminum siding. I don't know if you looked up, but it's the original barn built 1900 something, with all the original timbers, and so he covered it in the 70s, wasn't it, Dad, with aluminum siding. Just in working with grains in hot, humid temperatures in Indiana, then you go, oh, well, you can't sell it like that, so how do you fix that? And you start asking questions, and then the network, of people. I think we're really blessed to have Roy Ballard in this region. In Rush County, we went to Extension first, and they weren't really interested in much other than sheep. That was his expertise. So not every Extension agent at that time had an interest in even going to specialty crops, because it's just so obscure in traditional agriculture production. So we're fortunate to have a resource, and Purdue, and just in asking questions, I think you always end up back at SARE for the type of production that we all do, because that you guys all do that, or teach about it, or understand the complexities of diverse agriculture. And any money that a farmer can get, we're going to go after. Jefferson Agricultural Institute, I give that link out to many people who are getting involved in the specialty crop production, because just the intricacies of each crop make it very challenging to diversify. But with the crazy weather conditions, I think in any state people are struggling with that. The diversification becomes critical. We start out, hey, we're gonna try to have this, 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 and this, but we end up with maybe 3 items. So it's hard to market when you're an agricultural producer too, because you can't project. You don't know what you're going to end up with at the end of the season. But we want to use our website to tell that story. If we don't have much flax, then we can explain why. So I think that's a part of the education and importance of farmers working together in regions to, you know, fill bulk bins, diversify, and not have mono agriculture. Keith was a city boy, a veteran. He was a Green Beret for 12 years. He got on a tractor, and it gave him, you know, fulfillment. He now knows that he can grow food for people. When he was in the service, he was serving others in a different capacity, and so it's really been life-changing for him. And so it's been a journey. We got it completed, and it has certainly been, I mean, it just, you know, opened the door to wholesaling for us, which you can't wholesale if you don't have a room like this. So we hope to participate in Hoosier Harvest Market. The main thing that's holding us up in our ball jar packaging is the ground product. We'd hope that would move forward quickly. Nothing ever happens quickly. They are experts in equipment. We are experts in food. And so you never know how much somebody knows about food until you get started. So we've got a ways to go, but it's all working.